Wow. So I was recording the whole time. I thought I was streaming. I wasn't getting nothing. I wasn't stream. It showed like I was streaming for hours, but now now it should show that it's working. Yeah, see now it's streaming. Wow. So you mean to tell me all of that talk was wow? I should have just recorded it, man. Wow. Well, I guess that was just a practice run. And I had a good talk too. I mean, I really covered some good points. Or at least I thought I did it. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to go. Let's just go back to the channel. Wow, I should have updated my stream key. That's what happened. Wow. I'll be darned. Wow. Yo, it's really like I'm surprised that it's on point like this. Y'all hear that? The echo? Let me pause this video though. What? Yo. I it's not that bad. Now I understand the camera. It's a little choppy. It's not that bad. Now I understand the camera. It's a little choppy. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. But I'm about to take a break because, and I know you're like, what is he taking a break for? He just started. Yeah, well, no, I didn't just start. I actually need to take a break. I was going on for like 2 hours straight, thinking I was streaming. Yeah, I know. Just imagine that. Well, yeah, that's what happened. So in the meantime, just listen to some beat that I just made recently, and just enjoy that while I take a break. I'm about to roll one up. About to roll one up. All right. So I'm pretty much back, guys. I am back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. So, um, yeah, I just had to take a quick little break. Actually, I think I need to take one more. Hold on, I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second. I was looking for the water, but we ain't got none. So I fixed some Sprite. I don't drink soda, but I'll drink something tonight. Cause we ain't got no water, and I ain't drinking from no faucet. Ooh, just took a little shot. Let's get some of that music back on. I have it playing in the background. Do I have any other beats? That's all they do, though. No. Moments. Moments. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this one. Oh, this one actually. Ooh. Yeah, it actually has my voice on here, so it's gonna have. It actually makes me sound pretty cool in the thingamajig. Yeah, it does. So let's just get. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn that. I'm gonna have to mute that. It's kind of tricky. Let's go to FX. Here we go. And it's this one right here. There we go. All right. Okay, so just gonna let that play in the background. I can hear it too much. I don't even think you can hear that. Yeah. So we got a lot of things to talk about because it's a lot of stuff that I talked about already that I Gotta talk about it again because it wasn't recording the whole time. Why does it look so bright on there on the screen, but in my in the studio view it looks normal, regular? So if I turn this light up even brighter, it's going. And this light is not. It's at its dimmest. I got it turned all the way down practically. Now I can't find a remote for the light. Where is everything? Oh, of course, this would be on the freaking floor. The last place I look. Like if I turn it up one notch, look at this one notch, and that's still supposed to be dim. Check, it's bright. Oh, maybe it was not enough light, and it's just trying to compensate. I was looking for the remote. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, I know I'm smoking, and this is a bad habit, and I really shouldn't be smoking in my videos because it's not really setting a good example. But it's just a bad habit that I need to get rid of. I think that's got something to do with why I'm growing all of these bumps and stuff, smoking all of this paper. It's not the weed, it's the paper that I roll it up in. I use raw paper with backwoods, which is highly cancerous. Oh, yeah, it's super bright. I just noticed that. God, dog, it does not feel that bright in here. Imagine if I was to use like this. Whoa, that's bright. Cool light. Woof, that's bright. That's bright for me. So I know it's gonna be bright on there. Like by the time it gets to YouTube, it looks different. So I probably need more bandwidth in order for it to get that clean. I mean, to each his own. I could come over here. So I'm just thinking like this though. I could talk about relationships. I could talk about sports. I could talk about life. I could talk about love, happiness, joy, peace. What you want me to talk about? I can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But the question is, who even cares what I have to talk about? What I have to talk about? I know that there's at least 1 million people that want to hear what I have to say. They want to know, right? They want to know what do I have to say. They have to hear from me, because all of these people talking about they woke, they don't even know. They're not even woke yet. The light is too bright. I know. My forehead is shiny. Maybe a notch down. Couple of notches down. So back to what I was talking about. Like, I'm gonna take another shot, yo. I'm gonna take another shot. I gotta be in this one. I'm gonna be in this one. I ain't gonna be on one. I'm gonna be in one. Okay. Oh man, I've been doing a whole lot of nothing since I've been streaming. Actually, shit. Like when I was talking, I was really into it. I was really vibing, talking good. And about this weed, I am so ready. I know I'm smoking right now, but I'm ready to quit this because it really slows. I don't know. I can't blame it on the weed. I'm not gonna say the weed slows me down, but I feel like it's. I feel like I could be better off without it. I feel like it's a crutch. I feel like if I give it up, if I can give it up, if I can go 3 days without smoking, I'll see a drastic impact. Now I know it's gonna be tough the first 3 days, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think it's 3 days. I think it's 24 hours. I think the first 24 hours is gonna be difficult. Not tough, but difficult. Easy though. Easy. I'll get through it. But then the next day, maybe a little challenging, but I'll get through it. And then the third day, that's when I realized, wow, I don't really need it, but I could kind of use a little bull, maybe I like that's the temptation day. And then after that after the third day, once I get through temptation day, it's like I'm good. I'm good. I'm over it, you know. Um right now I'm almost out. I usually get like a really, 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 really big bag. So it takes me like a few months to run out of smoke. And so I'm just kind of like sitting on a good bit of it. But I'm getting to the point where I might just quit that. I say I'll go on a fast and just give it up. And then maybe like experiment with it and use it to like cook with or something like that. But I don't even think it's edible anymore because I was watching a video how weed is being weaponized. It's being used to lower my energy vibration. The way energy tends to resonate throughout my state of being. When I smoke, it tends to lower that vibration. And see, when I'm not high, my vibration is high, it's resonating. It's like, woof, 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 like I'm burning, I'm on fire. Like I could probably accomplish a whole lot, but I need to smoke weed to calm it down, to harness, because I can't harness. I haven't controlled this energy. I've been using weed as a crutch. But that's the thing. I vibrate at a high frequency. And I think that is why I've had a lot of trouble in my life. I don't have to say anything to relay my message to someone. I can telepathically speak to individuals without saying anything, without trying. As a matter of fact, the more I try not to, the more I do. That's how powerful it is. I haven't noticed it all throughout my life. I didn't realize it. Like I it's been there, but I never realized it as a real thing until like recently, like just a few days ago. I've just recently realized that, I can actually set an intention on communicating to someone telepathically, and it actually works. And it led me to believe, or not believe, it led me to realize that all this time I've been damning myself. Tremendously. See, everyone has this same gift, but everyone doesn't have the same level of energy, right? We're all different. We're all depressed in some ways, suppressed in some ways, oppressed in some ways, and then vice versa. We all have our strengths that, in some ways, some more physical than others. Me, I was for some reason spiritual, and I believe it's because it was so intentional for me to thrive on faith. I was driven on faith as in my youth. I was brought up in a religious home. My faith in God is really what strengthened my faith without me realizing what faith really was. Now I'm led to believe that, or led to know that faith is actually a tool. Yes, it's a tool in our arsenal. It's actually our greatest weapon and our greatest strength. Or it's almost like it's our greatest weakness too. That's why I said weapon and strength is separate, because just because you have a weapon don't mean you're strong. If you don't know how to wield it, you could shoot yourself in the foot. And that's usually what we do when it comes to faith. We're not realizing that whatever we put our faith in, even if we tell ourselves that we're not, when we put our faith in it doesn't matter. The reality of the matter is, whatever you put your faith, if it's in a TV show, that's what your life will amount to. Faith has the power to move mountains, literally. I know a lot of people like, oh, it was figurative. He when he said that, it's fake. No, for real. Faith can move mountains. It can cause a cosmic shift in reality. Ooh, scary, right? Because you don't want someone of that kind of, with the right kind of faith, to be angry, right? To make mountains move and shift, and isn't that scary? Faith is very powerful. I know it might sound like I'm making this up. When actual or reality, because of faith, I am. Believe it or not, we're all made up. I will be back. The mucus. See, that's why I don't like drinking soda, because of the fructose. It causes so much mucus. Now I gotta spit out the mucus. Hold on. See, when I drink water, I don't have that issue. Okay, so back to this faith thing, because I was writing a blog on it earlier. Faith is usually thought of as something that you have to have. You have to have faith in God, right? But we're never really taught what it really is. We never really taught the science of it, right? They really don't teach us anymore. Most of the things aren't really taught to us; they're told. You ain't realized that by now? That people just tell you stuff. Even in the scriptures that we read, we're being told things. We're not being taught, we're being told. What does it mean to be taught something? You have to learn. You have to be able to learn in order to be taught, right? So if somebody's telling me something, but I'm not learning anything, I'm just going along with it and reinforcing it without any results. No results. The results are yet to be seen. And that's not say there's no results. The results are practical. Practical results. Somebody say, oh, it's good. Once you start going to church and believing and putting faith in God, everything starts to work out for you. Well, guess what? It does. Because once you start applying principles that benefit you, right? Like not doing foolish things and doing wise things, and surrounding yourself around people who share the same concept, right? Or mindset. It rubs off on you, and you tend to want to please or show love, right? Love one another and show respect and care for each other and things like that. But you attribute it to your faith in your religion or your faith in God, when really it is your faith that makes you successful. And I'm not saying that it's not your creator, the God that you serve, that it's not him that somehow made you successful. We all agree that God does not directly affect our lives. He affects us indirectly. He puts individuals or authorities in place to serve good purposes in many cases, right? That's what many of us believe. That's why we obey the authorities. When they tell us to put a mask on, we put a mask on. Because why? The Bible says we should obey these authorities, because God has placed these individuals in authority. That no one has authority unless through some divine allowance. If God allows it, then that is what it is. That's what we've been told, not taught. That's what we've been told. So what is faith, right? What is faith? It is something that we were born with from the get-go, right? We already had faith. Faith is something that's been stolen, has been stripped away from us, and remanufactured and redistributed to us. If you want to look at it that way, that's what it really is. Well, the faith that we've been left with, it's been processed. It's been reprocessed, like our food, right? It's been reprocessed and sold back to us as something, as a cheap product, and we buy into it because it's cheap. You don't have to work hard for it. Not realizing that cheap stuff it's got us working harder than ever because it's feeding us poison. Well, I wouldn't say it's feeding us poison. It's not feeding us any nutritious value. There is no nutritious value in processed food. So, like mine, when it comes to doctrine, there's no nutritious value, no spiritual value in doctrine. In other words, you will not apply it in your life. The proof is in the pudding. You will apply it, but you will plateau at level 7 when you should be at level 10. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna plateau because there's always gonna be somebody on top saying you can't get to level 10 because I'm not at level 10. You get what I'm saying? You have to tap into the source. How do you tap into the source? Yeah, I'm smoking weed, and you're like, oh, how could he be telling me about tapping into the source and he's smoking marijuana? Listen, I know I'm gonna quit smoking marijuana. I know that it's a matter of time. As a matter of fact, I know that this is part of the process. I have to have gone through what I've gone through, which is way more worse than marijuana, to prove how I can relate to you people. Okay? I can relate to you people. I can relate to a lot of people. All right? I've been at the low. I've been in the darkness. I've been in the street. I've been in the gutter. My mind been in the gutter. My whole. But I had this energy coming from somewhere, right? That I was born with in the first place. That has been following me everywhere I go. And I'm like, hold on. It ain't been following me. It's been in me everywhere I go. Everywhere. It's been there, even when I was high. And then I was wondering, where is this energy coming from? Dude, imagine if there was like several huge spiritual creatures, right? Or entities, right? And in order for me to exist, they had to meditate in the circle, right? To formulate this energy, this current that that would reach the womb at a particular time. That once the fetus, or when I was in my mother's womb, that it would form a connection. And by the time I was born, that the connection was like a spiritual cord, right? If you can imagine a virtual cord, like it's real, but you can't really see it. Only if you had these certain special goggles on, you could see it, right? As soon as you put on these special goggles, you can see the cord. Like, yo, I'm connected to something, and that junk go all the way out of space, like in the whole, all in the galaxies. You know, kind of like how our brains, the way our neurons in our brains are all connected, it all weird and stuff. Like, there's no strict pattern that you can really find. Kind of like that. But it's in outer space and it's way more vast, right? And it took these spiritual beings to meditate, right? And draw up this energy and shoot it in to me. And in order for me to even exist into the replica that I am, right? I yes, I'm in the shell, the organic shell, right? But somewhere inside this organic shell, there is an access point, right? An endpoint, and this endpoint has this this specific makeup or identification that connects and shoots out a signal. In other words, it receives information and it sends information. And that's me when I'm fully tapped in to my ancestral being. And so the more and more I realize this, the more and more I say, oh, I gotta quit smoking weed. I can't continue to smoke weed. I gotta stop eating bad. I gotta stop just like doing certain things, right? That I know the signal, what's telling me that? What's giving me that moral compass? It is the signal that I'm receiving from heaven. Jesus said in the Bible that we should store our treasures in heaven, not here on earth, where moth and thieves come to steal. And now I understand, don't store your treasures in heaven. I get that part. Don't sit up here and try to harbor up billions and billions of dollars and then just sit on it. Like, what good is that gonna do anybody? Like, and at the end of the day, you can't really do anything with these things unless you can't get too attached to these things in this world without knowing that you have to face death and transition into a new world. So why don't you store your treasures in the new world? What treasures are you talking about? I know what kind of treasures you're talking about here on earth, but what kind of heavenly treasures are you talking about? Oh. Well, they must be invisible. They must be intangible, right? It must be treasures that you can't, touch. Well, what are these treasures? Love, joy, peace, faith, long suffering, endurance. Shall I go on? Thankfulness, appreciating the little things, like the sun and how it shines so gloriously in the sky. Every day it does what it's supposed to do. Every year it does what you expect it to do. It is where it is at, where you expect it to be at. The moon, how it is there in the sky at night. when there's no light, if you're in a rural area where there's no street lights, it's pitch black at night when there's no moon out. You can't see nothing. There's no light. You know, it ain't no light. Nothing, no light, unless you got a flashlight, and that flashlight ain't gonna do you nothing because it's so dark. The darkness will swallow that light up like it ain't nothing. And pitch dark. I know. Trust me. It is creepy to walk in the darkness. It is very creepy because you don't know what's in front of you. It could be something evil in front of you, and you would never, you just wouldn't know, because you can't see anything. Why do you think we were given eyes? But yet you have this moon that shines, right? When there's a full moon at night, it in a rural area, it literally is a lamp in the night. Yes, it's dark, but you can still see. It is a lamp for the nighttime. These small things are so precious. We take these things for granted, and it's like, why do we do this? What's more important than the sun and the moon and the stars, the rain, the trees, the birds, the bees, the flowers, the little creepy crawling things? Oh, let's not forget about all the many animals that live on the earth. Just think about that. Just the animals that live on the earth. Let's just think about the domestic animals, like the cats and the dogs, and many different types of cats and dogs. Like, how long must I go on? In each creation, there is variation. It's almost if the creator, the one who has created, or the ones, or the creators, or the creator of the creators, right, on purpose did this and hid in plain sight, just to dare you to say, I dare you to say I don't exist. I'm gonna watch you and see how stupid you are. But I mean, I can't say stupid, more like ignorant. How ignorant you really are. Well, at some point, it has to be stupidity, because you must know what you see, right? We can't say, well, I don't know what I see. What the we know what we see. We know. The fact that we don't know who we are is a fact that we were made by an intelligent person that is way more intelligent than we are, far advanced intelligent than we are. Could it be, in fact, that we created ourselves and chose to forget? Is that a possibility? Yeah. I mean, is it a possibility? If it's a possibility that there is a true God, and that has no beginning and no end, then that means that God is self-created. That means that God, the greatest God of all, is the one who had no one make him. He created himself. He had no one played a role in his or hers or his or hers, his and or hers existence. And for that matter, that would make that one the greatest of all. The start of, or the spark of creation. Now, is it intelligent? Is it more intelligent, or are we the highest evolution of intelligence? In other words, it was something that sparked it, and we are the result. We are the end result of, we're the most godlike there is in all the universe. And that the universe is not centered around the earth, but the universe is centered around us. And that this is just an ongoing battle between the balance, the scales, and that and vibration and movement and change and time, the continuum that must continue to evolve. What we will be a million years from now, what I believe, what I aspire us be, is in true harmony. True harmony. And what that means is everything and everyone works in the favor of everything and everyone. Like the perfect song. Yes, you have dissonance, but it's there to make the song less boring. Yes, you have harmony, and it's there to make the song make sense. But it ain't a song without all of that mixed together, creating the perfect balance, the perfect harmony, the perfect dissonance. And that's, to me, if we could operate on a level of balance where our scales are not our scales are not cheating in any way, form, or fashion, that our scales are accurate. The scales of justice. See, if the scales are off, then how do you balance anything in this universe? See, this universe has to be balanced. I don't know if the scientists haven't figured that out yet. I don't know if the physical experts have physically figured it out yet, or mentally figured it out yet, but by now they should know that balance is the key, and that this universe thrives on balance. That nothing can exist without balance. And so that anything that is in balance, whether it is physical or metaphysical or spiritual or ideological, whether it's, even if it's just an idea, it has to be balanced out some way, somehow. And so that if there is no justice amongst mankind, if there is no harmony amongst mankind, balance will exist some way, form, or fashion. It will happen. And now you could boo-hoo or poo-poo over a spiritual realm as if it doesn't exist, and that we don't have to answer to a higher source or a higher intelligence. That's stupid. That's not ignorant. That's stupid. And why do I say that's stupid? It's because it is. You must see it in your face that you yourself are phenomenal. And if you can't see that, then okay, you're ignorant. If you can't see that you're phenomenal, then you're just ignorant. You can't just look in the mirror and say, okay, I'm phenomenal. I don't care who you are. I don't care how handicapped you are. I don't care whether you got 3 legs or 1, or you're missing some pieces, or you're a Siamese twin. You're still phenomenal. You exist in this, on this. Yeah, far as we know, this could be the best experience in the universe, and yet we piss on it. Like, oh, life on earth is just so hard. Man, a hard life on earth is better than a life out there. Have you ever looked in a telescope or researched space? It is not loving at all. Okay? Go try to see if you can float out there in space and see how long you survive out there. And then you want to come here on Earth and act like, oh man, there's no, I don't know if there is a God. I don't know if there's, or you want to sit up there and waste your time afraid of your creator. When obviously whoever created you wanted you to enjoy your life. Obviously, they gave you taste buds. They could have made you any old, if they really wanted you to be messed up, they wouldn't even have gave you a nose to smell your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gave you a nose so you can smell your shit, so you be like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and light some incense. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and kill that smell. Or smell somebody else so you don't be breathing it in. I mean, come on. Then they give you eyes to where you see on a perfect frequency, a frequency where, it's lit. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. You can see beauty with these eyes. Then gave you hands, a brain, a intelligent like console, right? Your brain is like a console database / everything. Your mainframe, and you could use your hands to draw. You can pick which hands you want to use, right? Whichever one you pick is your dominant hand. Then you can use that to draw a picture, paint, or to play music on an instrument. Even use your lips to sing or to blow on a trumpet or a trombone or something, a flute, a wind instrument. Right? You got all types of instruments. Like, I can go on and on and on. And these are things that man made. These are like humans have created these things, but not without some higher source or energy, right, fam? That energy is coming from somewhere. Think about it. You go to sleep at night, you get tired, you die. You about to die. You ain't got enough energy. You can't live without this energy. So what happens? You get tired. Do you know if you go more than a few days without sleep, you die? Because you ain't got enough energy. You gotta recharge. How do you recharge? You lay down, you go to sleep. What do you think is going on when you're sleeping? While you're recharging? That's when you're plugged in. Kind of like, how can you charge your phone if you don't plug it in? Right? If you went to sleep and you wasn't plugged in, you die. Because you won't get no energy. But for some reason, we already plugged in. Matter of fact, you ain't even gotta be asleep to be plugged in and recharge and get your energy. They call that meditation. Intentional recharging. You know what I'm saying? Instead of waiting till the battery go on E, right? And then be like, oh man, now I gotta plug it in. That's you falling asleep, going to sleep. You wake up in the morning full of energy. You already got mad energy. And I want to take in the rest of it. Intentional energy. And then you just let that energy resonate. And it's not like you just taking. You giving. It's like an exchange. You letting go all that negative energy and you getting that positive energy. You raising the vibration. And then when people come around you, they can sense your aura. That's how strong your energy is, right? So, especially if someone is conscious, right? They'd be like on some Star Wars type stuff and they'd be like, the force is great with this one. Like, seriously, y'all think I'm making this up? This is serious. This is it. Why you think they came out with that movie in the first place? Star Wars, right? The force. May the force be with you. What are they talking about? The force. What force? It's it's the force. The Holy Spirit. The Holy Ghost. Remember when Jesus, he said, I must go so I may disperse this energy to you. He was like, I can't be, he was like, y'all retarded, man. I can't live on earth with y'all. I'd rather sacrifice myself and to disperse this energy out to y'all so y'all could see and wake that up. And y'all kind of sort of did, but all y'all did was just take that energy and do some mess with it. Look, now look what we got. Now look where we at, right? So, and he already knew his existence was higher than this plane, right? He knew that. He already knew. He was like, man, y'all think this is... So my theory or my question on what if this is the best thing that there is? No, it's not. It's not. It really isn't. That's why he like, don't even get attached to this. Man, work on building, establishing your kingdom in heaven. Because that's where you are truly becoming born. If you don't get born up there in heaven, in this celestial place, you be stuck down here with nothing at all. Nothing. Because once the body is gone here, it's that's it. And if your consciousness is stuck down, we're here you'll die with the body. You know, you just, yeah, in that energy you're not connected to, or you've disconnected from it. Because there's different levels, there's different plugs. You know, you have the plug to keep you living, to keep you going. Then you have the plug to keep you morally sane, right? You have that plug that's plugged in right here. You got one plugged in. Listen, this is all theoretical, okay? But think about it in this way. We're all plugged into a spiritual place, right? And we're being manipulated and thoughts are being injected in us, and only the strongest minds are able to kind of like fight the illusion, so to speak, right? And the more and more I realize this, y'all, I'm telling you, it is amazing. Things have been happening. I can't even talk about it. And I'm not trying to say this to be like, oh man, he's trying to trick us. No. I really can't talk about it. If I was to say if I was to say everything that was on my mind, a lot of people would, man, I don't know what would happen. It would be I can give you a hint. I can give you a hint. Let's just say I said something, and then the next week, really it was like the next few days, I can't really remember, but a lot of stuff happened. Okay, I was mad, I said something, and a lot of stuff happened. I can go back to another time. I was mad, somebody did something to me. I was mad. I ain't did no little voodoo, nothing like that. No, I was just mad. And I was vibrating on a high level intensity, but it was angry. It was on an angry, in an angry chamber. Like if you could like look at it, like you have different energies, different types, versions, and different energies, different levels of energies, and you could actually take that, channel that energy towards someone else on this plane. Like imagine we're all hooked up to this machine, right? Just imagine, let's say it's hypothetically, right? And I send a signal to the machine saying, look, something is wrong with this person right here. They have inflicted me and I can't even function. It's not even right. This is not right. This is so messed up. This should not be. I'm so furious about this. And I'm going on and on and on about this. I'm like, this person should not even be. This is not right. And I'm just going on and on and about this. I'm just really seeing. Now, at the time, I don't even know that I'm hooked up to the machine and that I'm doing this, but I'm so mad. The signal is shooting up and the energy goes to the person, right? And then next thing you know, the person is boom. To the point where I'm like, oh, I ain't even mean it like that. I was just mad that day. They did violate on the scale, but I ain't want that to happen. I damn sure wouldn't want that to happen to me. I ain't even wish for that to happen. That just happened, yo. Well, I'm just saying. There's been things where I've seen that just by me saying, I'm just telling you what I can tell you. I can't tell you what, boy, if I tell you, whew, I can't. I just trust me when I say I can't tell you. I want to. I'm one of those people who love to just spill the water. Like I like to just tell you, but that's the one thing I can't. As much as I want to, and it's because I don't know how people gonna respond. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm afraid of what I know. You should let love guide you, not fear. But because I love myself, I fear for my life sometimes. Right? I want to live, and some people might listen to my message and take it the wrong way. And say, oh, you're the reason why this and that, because you said this and you got the power to do. Why won't you just say this and that? This happened, and I'm like, listen, it doesn't work like that, fam. It doesn't work like that. It's more. It has to be intentional. First of all, the energy level has to be vibrant. The connection has to be. It has to be on the right frequency at the right time. Right? It can't just be out of place. But it can, if you really understand how this mechanism works, you can make things really happen. Like he said, if only you had faith of a mustard seed, you'd make mountains move, you dummy. In other words, you dummy, you're in the illusion, man. This is not real. It's real, but it's not real like you think it. Like, yo, wake up. You good. You good. You ain't got nothing. That's the whole point of it. If you're all right, just imagine. If you are immortal, right? Don't you think you get bored after being alive for like 1 billion years? Better yet, let's just make it 1 trillion. Remember, you're immortal. You don't die. Let's just make it 1 trillion, 100 trillion. Nah, you know what? Let's just make it a freaking gazillion years, right? Because you're immortal, you won't a gazillion times gazillion, right? By that time, at least by that time, you gotta be bored, right? You gotta be like, man, yo, this is boring, son. I ain't afraid of nothing. I ain't in love with nothing. I don't even know what nothing is or something is because I've been alive for so long. I'm just bored out of my fucking mind, right? And then you like, okay, why don't we just go ahead and make up this world where we could be fucked up? Like, fucked up shit can happen to us and everything, but good stuff can happen. We can have hope. We can cheer up and we can have sports. Man, I'm telling you, it should be the bomb, yo, but it's kind of fucked up. Everybody ain't gonna have fun. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some fucked up shit, but somehow it's gonna all work out in the end. What if it was just something as petty as that? And that we all signed up for this in the first place and didn't realize it. And we knew we was going to lose our memory. That was the whole freaking point. Think about it. If you're alive for a facillion, patillion, quadrillion, ain't no words can amount how long you was living. You get what I'm saying? Like, you done ran out of phrases to how old you is because you that old. You get what I'm saying? Like, you infinity, eternally are old, right? So you have to think, right? You have to think, okay, well, I'm this old. I'm bored out of my mind. I mean, even if you was doing it, if you had some way to have sex for all eternity, even that would probably get old, right? Like, I don't know. Like, to be honest, maybe we tried that already. Because I was thinking, like, man, if I had the power, I would just have, sexual energy and it just feel good, like, forever. Why not that? Because pleasure is nothing without pain. You can only experience that on this level, on this plane. That's why this place is so important. That's why we strive to get here so bad, because we knew that even if we had to live a miserable life here on earth, it's better than eternity in heaven. Ooh, shit, what? That's what we thought. And we needed a place like this to put our minds in perspective and say, oh, maybe we did have it good after all, man. Like, I want to go back to heaven. You get what I'm saying? Like, it could be just that simple and that less threatening, Like, okay, for the dudes that are, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they were females, right? Female spirits, and they thought that it would be really cool to be in a man's body. I mean, listen, yo, I'm telling you, there's so many theories you can come up with. Like, I can go on and on and on. I can come up with some theories, yo. Like, because the more and more I see it, the more and more I be like, cause it couldn't be. I know it can't be me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta be like that, yo. I can't relate to, you know what I'm saying? So the only way for me to understand it is like, well, maybe maybe it's some phenomenal bullshit going on right there. You know what I'm saying? Or they could be connected to, attached to a host, right? A spiritual entity, and it's a host that feeds off of, and that's hosting on them, and hosting on their masculinity, and causing that feminine quality to come out. Just saying. And then their actions and stuff like that, kind of like I don't think maybe, well, I don't know, some I remember this cat, one of my baby mamas, right? She her brother, right? I remember when he was just a little boy, he always acted funny. And I used to always be like, y'all might need to try to like get him a girlfriend or something real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like at an early age, so just so he can just, kind of like want to be a man. Because usually that's what a man want. That's usually when you want a man up, is when you around a female. You like, man, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me start lifting a little something, do a little push-ups and stuff, right? Because that's usually what a man want to be strong for his woman. But anyway, kind of find out, homeboy still like that. So I'm like, well, he ain't had old brothers. His father was kind of lame anyway. I know y'all like, of course you gonna say that because that's your baby mama's pops and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just saying, facts. He's lame, bro. He's straight lame. The dude is lame. I'm not even gonna get into how lame he is. If I did, you'd be like, oh yeah, he lame. But anyway, but yeah, and he act like it seemed like he act like his moms and talk like his moms, and I see why. Like if you looked at the way their relationship was, the way his moms and the pops was, the pops was like the quiet one, and the mother was more like the brains like the head of the household. You get what I'm saying? It was like she ran the household, and like her voice resonated, and he just whatever. You never really heard much from him. If he has something to say, he'll say something slick, and then he out. He don't really have much to say, and then he'll let her do all the talking. And you can really, if you be around him long enough, you'll be like, okay, she runs shit. She make the most money. She basically, pretty, or at least that's what it looks like. And I'm thinking it kind of rubbed off on the son. And they brought him up with that non-confrontational upbringing. You get what I'm saying? What do I mean by non-confrontational upbringing? In other words, I had a confrontational upbringing. In other words, everything was confrontational. I got my ass whooped when it was a problem. When it was a problem with this cat, they just kind of like, oh well, we just gonna brush that off on the rug, and he just, and nobody check him on it. You feel me? If I was like that, man, I get hit quick. Boom. I already knew not to. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with brothers, stuff like that. Older brothers, like 13 years older, 12 years older, 5 years older. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really literally the little punk. I was always a little punk to them. You know what I'm saying? So always a little punk to them. So I felt like they ain't even had to say it. They just being around them, I felt like a punk. They was always bigger than me, taller than me, and their voice was always deeper than me at that, when we was kids. And so, I had I didn't have that problem with being, feminine and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not even desirable. Like, in other words, if I act like that a little bit, I would be like, ugh, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? And shake that shit off real quick and be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah, let me stop. I ain't not like that though. It ain't like that. Everybody got to be in touch with their feminine side, even men, but not to the extent where you acting worse than women and acting like some old hoochie mama and shit. You know what I'm saying? You a dude with an Adam's apple trying to act like a hoochie mama, and now they got them dressing. They got dudes dressing up like women, getting implants, all of this. And I mean, I'm seeing it with my own eyes every time I go on a bus or train, or every time I go out in public, I'm seeing it. Like, it's everywhere. Man, you go on a dating site, you see more of that than you see an actual real woman. Like, it's just, that's why I don't even fool with them joints, man, because it's sick. It's sick that a dude, right? A dude will hate theyself so bad that they try to compete with a woman. Because that's what it all boils down to. You trying to compete with women, and you want to be on their level, which you can never be. And I don't care how you try to act like them, how you try to disguise your voice, how you try to look. You get the implants all you want, but deep down inside, you know you an imposter. So how the fuck? See, I shouldn't be, but how can you sit up there and think, like, not think, but how could you want some bullshit like that for yourself? That's why I don't hate on people like that. I don't hate them, because to be honest with you, I kind of feel sorry. I said kind of feel sorry for them, because I can't really truly feel sorry for somebody that just do that to themselves. They hate themselves. How can you feel sorry for somebody that hate themselves? Because people who hate themselves, man, they gonna find a way to make, to hate you too, and try to bring your day down and make you feel bad just because you being you and you feel the way you feel about something. They can't just let it be that you don't give a fuck, you don't care about their way of life, right? That's like me. If you don't care about the way I feel, and you feel like, oh man, you're sexist and you're homophobic, I be like, you know what I'm gonna say? Facts, you are. And if I was like one of them and you was to call me a faggot or something, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I am one. That's what I chose to be, right? You know what I'm saying? I would be happy that you called me that. Thank you. I'm glad you noticed, right? That's what I would, if I was that way. You get what I'm saying? I would be true to it, is what I'm saying. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think you can be like that and be true to yourself, because and I know telling someone that's like that, it's got to be painful to know that. But I mean, come on, man. That's what they subscribe to. Because as men, you can't listen. I'm a man. I can say that shit. You get what I'm saying? Now, I can't speak for women because I ain't them. I don't know how it is to be that, a woman. So I can't speak about women who go that way, this way, and that way. But because I can only relate so much, right? I could probably be right. I could probably be guessing and be right about this, that, and that. But when it comes to talking about men, I know what I'm talking about, man. Because, listen, first of all, there's no man that can sit up here and tell me that they ain't attracted to a woman. They can say it. They can say that shit. But that's bullshit. I ain't gonna believe you. I ain't gonna believe you. Because it's an instinct. Now, if you attracted to both, then I feel like you have what they call a gluttony problem. You know what I'm saying? Like you what they call a fetish. You know, and you probably are being hosted by some sexual entity, right? That you can't even see, but they've been in your life, and you can't shake them, right? So you like, if I can't beat them, join them, right? And so you on some gross out stuff, right? And then you got the ones who say I only like, you know, the same. And I'm like, okay, if that's the case, then you must be, like I said, hosted on some type of female entity that's got you, you know, pretty much got you on the ropes, had you there since you was a child, maybe before birth. They had their eyes on you, and maybe you come from that entity. I don't know. And you're just here to be a part of it, to play your role in this matrix. Either way it goes, I ain't with that, right? I ain't with that at all. And it ain't got shit to do with religion. You know what I'm saying? Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm against religion too. Just as much as I'm against any unnatural, anything that just throws me off the course of my rhythm, right? In other words, if I can't picture myself doing something like that, I can't be around somebody else that's doing it, because I feel like it's gonna rub off on me, and I'm gonna think that that's okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. It might not be the next person, but that's bullshit, because it is. That's how all of us are. If you around somebody long enough, you're gonna start to pick up their habits. And I fear that. You know, I don't want to, like, when people, oh, you are homophobic. You damn right. I don't want to end up like that, man. You see that shit? I ain't trying to be like that. I'm just saying, like, not trying to make fun of nobody or, like, put nobody down for who they are. But, you know, because if they proud of that, that's on them. That's what I don't want to be like, is what I'm saying. Like, you can't hate me for not wanting to be like you, is what I'm saying. And it's crazy how you can't express yourself and how you feel these days without somebody saying, oh, you bashing these kind of people and you looking down on these kind of people. Man, please, look. At the end of the day, I can't help but to be me, right? So if I'm being myself, why would you get mad at me for being for not being fake, right? And then at the end of the day, I'm just talking. These are just words, right? Words. And I mean, and I truly feel that way. It's the way I live my life. My life. Keyword, my life. And the way you live your life, if that's what you subscribe to, you ain't even gonna want to watch my channel. I'm gonna turn you away from them kind of things. I'm gonna bring you closer to the light and show you don't need nothing. You don't need no one. You could be by yourself and truly receive that power, that energy. Now, I have a lot of imperfections going on in my life. You know, a lot of issues that got me unbalanced. I don't live a supernatural life myself. I've been afflicted by this world some way, somehow. So I'm not gonna sit up there. Listen, I had a homosexual man help me in a situation. I mean, it wasn't like it. Put it like this: I was in the HRA office, right, and I needed help, and it's with a situation where I was homeless, right, and I was getting a runaround for quite some time with my case, and it took for this homosexual man to help me with my case and like actually do his job, and that's what he did, and I was thankful for that. I ain't hold no prejudice with him or nothing. I mean, he was like, you can go here, you can go there. He wasn't disrespectful, trying to come on to me or nothing like that. He was just being professional and doing his job, and I respected that. But that don't mean we could, yo, what's up, man? You come to my house. No, that's just, that don't mix. I can't mix with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool, I appreciate that so much. Yo, if you need some help, like if I'm in a position, right, and they was in the same situation, I would help them too. I'd be like, look, listen, yo, you can go to this spot right here. Hell, if I was a millionaire, I'd be like, you know what? I'll throw you something to where you could go ahead and get you a spot, because I remember you helped me. Now I'm in a position, here's some cash so you can help you get your spot or whatever. No homo, right? I'm just saying, when it comes down to love, there is no law against it. Not even when it comes to to something I feel is gross, right? I feel like it's fucking gross, but that's what somebody else is into, right? But when it comes down to love and loving one another and being there for one another when we need each other the most, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't effing matter. The way that person lived their life. If they're helping you move on to a better level or to a next level, you can't, all that other stuff goes out the window. That's why I don't even get into the debates about that. You know what I'm saying? In other words, like, well, what is God gonna do to this person for doing this? Man, why the fuck why you care? Are you him? Are you want to be God and make that decision? You want to be the Almighty and be the judge and make that decision? Right? Or you just want if you want to be judged correctly, don't judge anyone. It's okay to be like, okay, yo, I ain't messing around with these people because they into drugs and alcohol and all this other stuff. The music they listen to is foolishness. The way they, live their life, I'm not with that. I'm not gonna hate with these people. These people, I like the way they live their life. I'll be friends with these people. I'll celebrate with these folks because they believe we can work in harmony. They believe in what we we see it eye to eye. We on the same level, right? We on the same page. I would love to meet people like that, right? Who I associate with is who I tend to want to judge, right? Because, and now I ain't even gonna say judge, because judge is casting out a verdict and doing something with someone. Let's just put it like this: the people that we with, or that we want to be around, or want to have around us, we tend to evaluate, right? First, before we decide. Well, actually, we don't even do that. We just notice that, wow, this person, we vibrate our energy, right? We vibe on that same energetic level, and we say, oh wow, I can have this person around my children and trust them. I can have, oh wow, they can trust me, of course, because we can trust each other. Wow, it's a beautiful feeling. Oh man, to have people I can trust. Oh, what a relief, right? They're like family. Beautiful feeling. Sadly, unfortunately, today, where can you find that, right? There's always a facade. There's always a hidden agenda. You know, I could go on and on about this stuff, yo. Like, for real. I really can. You have a lot of these people who listen to these philosophers about they go on and on about how we were our ancestors and the aliens, and how we were from this planet and then it got broke off and turned into Earth, and all this stuff that we can't prove, right? I'm like, yo, bro, your story is no different from the Bible stories, okay? Just save it, all right? Just save that, all right? Because you can't prove that, and I have to wait for this stuff to happen, and the only way I can prepare for it is wait. Like, dude, just okay, that's the only way I can prepare for it, is to wait for it. I mean, I can't do nothing else. I can't build towards that. I can't build against it or nothing. It's gonna happen, right? So what am I gonna do besides wait? And while I wait, behave. How am I gonna behave? In a way that when the time comes, I can look back and say, hey, well, at least my behavior was good. At least I think my behavior was good. I hope that the one doing all the judging thinks the same thing. Well, I could see the lights. I could see the light. It is getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter each and every day. It is resonating in all of us. It is resonating in you. You just have to tune out all of the noise, all of the grief, all of the worries, all of the illusions that you actually have something to be afraid of, and you don't. Those things that you have, that you are afraid of, the more you imagine those things, the more they will manifest in your life. You don't want that. So don't be afraid of so much to where you are imagining it over and over and over and over and over and over again. It will happen. As a matter of fact, it has already happened the moment you've imagined it. When the moment you imagine something and you have an emotion over it, it has already happened. Anything that causes an emotional effect or has an impression on the emotion has an impression on your spiritual connection with the divine. And that is why we must detach ourselves away from the foolishness. Stop thinking that we could watch TV all day, play video games on, whenever we don't have anything else to do. Oh, I'm bored, so I'm going to play video games with it. And this is all we can do. Or be on my phone and be in this social media, or be on this app or that app. Like, at some point, we have to just wake up and realize that we really don't have to do much. We really don't have to do much to gain someone else's approval. You know whose approval we need to get? Our own. I know it sounds selfish, but that's the way we were made, to be not selfish, but to worry about ourselves. Like, like, really worry about yourself. Like, get yourself together. Stop attaching yourself to other people or feeling like you have to belong to someone. Somebody has to belong to you. That's just more worry, more stress, more drama in your life. Life is just not for that. Life is for the living, yo. Straight up, yo. We got to wake up. We have to smile more. We have to laugh more. We have to rise to the occasion. We have to, man, we gotta fight just to be happy. We have to fight just to remain in a mental state of peace, right? Or peaceful state of mind. All I'm trying to say is we are too divine to just be whining. We too divine to whine. You know what I mean? Like, we moping. We making excuses. Man, just do it, yo. Do it. You got something you want to do, something to get off your chest, say it. You got something you want to do it. You got somewhere you want to be, go. Get up and go. Oh, who cares you forgot your deodorant? Like I say, hey, you might find out that you actually attract more people to you smelling musky. I'm just saying, you got some freaks out there that prefer muskiness over deodorant. And you sitting up there worrying about, oh man, you done missed the bus because you done forgot to put on deodorant. You turned around to go get some deodorant, and then kind of find out this chick don't even like deodorant. She like a musky nigga. I'm sorry, I used the N word. I said I wasn't gonna say that no more, because I really don't like to empower others to say that, who use it in a more disrespectful way. But anyway, like I was saying, she want a musky man, husky man, and you smelling all cute, you know. I'm just saying, like, yo, man, spice it up. Life is just, and I know it's like, oh man, we gotta wear masks. The president, he got corona now. Man, please. You really think he got corona? He ain't got no corona. I don't believe it. Just because he tests positive for corona doesn't mean he has corona. I just want everybody to know that as well. But listen, they could say, oh, you can't say that. You can't say he doesn't have corona. Yes, I can. Says who? He ain't got it. They want you to believe he got it. I don't believe it. Prove it. Where's the proof at? If you don't want me to say that, show me the proof. Let me see your medical records. And if I see your medical records, I don't believe that either. I don't believe nothing they put on that news. Nothing. I don't believe it. And if he got it, so be it. He gonna get over it. He be alright, right? And if they try to use that to make an excuse to pull him out of office, and hey, they've been trying to get him out. Man, they got the athletes talking about vote. You know who they trying to say vote for. And I'm like, so you gonna tell me to vote for another monster, but this one is a real one? A real monster? The dude they got us trying to vote for is worse. He's worse. He made Donald Trump look like a clown compared to him. Like he's the clown. Donald Trump is the clown, and he's the Joker. Like that real, like, will fucking kill your ass. Have your ass dead. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them presidents that'll have a whole town disintegrated. A few towns. He might put out an order to have all of the major inner cities. Might just kill everybody up. That's what kind of dude he is. But hey, listen, I ain't even. And if you don't believe me, all you gotta do is research. That dude don't give a. That's how I know the Obama administration was whack, yo. It's whack. Straight up whack. How you gonna have him as vice president? This dude hate black people. This must say in a meeting that they should be exterminated. Like the kids in the projects, the black people living in the projects should be exterminated. He said there's no reason to put them in prison and have to pay for them to be put in prison, and then all they're gonna do is come back out of prison and terrorize the street. There's no way to reform them. They're too and even admitted that they were a part of the whole problem in the first place, but it's still not their fault that there's nothing that they can do to reform these individuals. So the best thing to do is to just exterminate them. And that's who you want us to vote for, LeBron? Fuck you. Fuck you. All these sellouts. They know what's going on. They know it's a side show. You know? They know it's a show. They know that it ain't real. They as a matter of fact, they play into it by making comments against Donald Trump and this, that, and the third, knowing damn well that it's all they all in it together. Every last one of them. He sell out. Why you think they always talk about LeBron? Listen, LeBron ain't even gotta do nothing, yo. All he gotta do is run up and down the court. LeBron. He ain't even gotta make the shot. He passed the ball, right? Dude, Kuzma makes a 3-point, and you know what they say? Oh my God. Did you just see what LeBron just did? Without LeBron, Kuzma would have never been able to make that shot. Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? He just passed him the ball. He shoots the shot. Think about it. You in a game, basketball game, right? You a point guard. You pass the ball to somebody, hoping they ain't no guarantee the shot gonna go in. But you gonna pass the ball and be like, okay, boom. All right, this is the play. Y'all already been practicing on this play. Isn't the one who executes the shot supposed to be the one to get the most credit? Because that's the one play that actually freaking matters. Points. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's nice that you assisted me and you passed the ball to me, but I made the shot. No, they gonna praise LeBron for everything. So you know he done sold out. You know what I'm saying? Whenever they doing that, that means he's a part of the media. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's a part of the media is created to distract you and to have you fall for some okie doke bullshit, right? And man, let's just face it, Kobe Bryant was assassinated, and it's a shame because they didn't care who was on the plane, including his daughter. Matter of fact, they knew. They took him out. The black guy from Black Panther, they killed him too. Talking about some, all of a sudden he just dropped dead from some colon cancer bullshit at 43 years old, and now they got some colon cancer awareness and the fuck out of here. You mean just like Prince dropped dead in the elevator at 50 years old, as healthy as this man was? Get the fuck out of here, man. Whitney Houston too. Yeah, they kind of got away with that because she was already on drugs. But listen, I've been in the streets, and I know you got crackheads that's like 70, 80 years old right now. The fuck out of here, talking about she OD'd. But then it wasn't even off of crack. They had her OD off of some bullshit. And you know Whitney Houston wasn't like that, man. I know she was. She was a fighter. She remind me of my aunt. The way she talked, she remind me of my Aunt Sputnik a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them fighting motherfuckers that you gotta kill them. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if it was a tussle to get rid of her. You know, she fought for her life. But I mean, listen, Bernie Mac, he another one. You know what I'm saying? And those were the ones who sold out but didn't realize what they was getting into until it was too late. And then, you know, Biggie Smalls another one of them, Tupac another one of them. The ones who especially the ones who, if you wasn't afraid of dying, then yeah, they was gonna take you out quick, like Biggie and Tupac. You could tell Biggie was kind of scared because he even said, "Man, I'm getting death threats." You notice that every one of our people that died, like even if you go back to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, you watch the movies. What happened? They get death threats, and then next thing you know, they assassinated. Right? Same thing happened to Biggie. Same thing happened to Tupac. I'm pretty sure the same thing happened with Prince. I'm pretty sure he was getting death threats too. And, you know, he was probably getting them for a while, and then finally they caught him. But it was like, oh, no, you signed, bro. You got to go. Because now you wanna do the right thing, and you already signed, said you wasn't gonna do that. So these people, man, listen, these people, they really afraid of you. If they gotta do all of that in secrecy, think about it. They can't do it in your face. Cause think about it. If they could do it in your face, they'll do it. They don't give a. They would love to do that. That's what they want. That's what they trying to do. They trying to set it up to where our grandkids gonna be in a system where they don't give a fuck, and they just do it in your face. Modern day slavery all over again, like not giving a fuck, and it be like a million times worse, torture and all of that shit. These people are wicked, man. But you know what? That's fear. If I stress out about all of that stuff, that's living in fear. You know what? You know how you get them? Love. Say, you know what? I have faith that even they might see the power of love within themselves. That love is powerful, yo. It is nothing more powerful than love. We exist because of that force, the force that created the word love, that the word came from. Because, you know, love is a label, right? But the true force behind it is what created us. And I don't need no book to know all of this. I receive my information from the divine source. That's what I rely on, right? I'm translating what I'm getting, the signals that I'm getting off from a divine source. I don't have to read a book. I just know. And it feels so good. It just feels so good. Like, straight up. It feels great. You know, it's amazing how beautiful life can be when you just realize can't nobody just, you know. Now, can fucked up shit happen? You know, some shit happen, and yeah. But when you know your true essence, and know that you actually have the upper hand, and that all you got to do is just say, "Oh, this is all I have to say. I command that justice takes place at once now. I and then I have to imagine it. Remember, you have to imagine it, and it has to impact your emotion. If it doesn't impact your emotion, there's no vibration. You get what I'm saying? Your emotion is how you transmit the signal. You get what I'm saying? So you have to. That's why you have to have faith, because faith is what's going to generate those emotions in you. So you say, I say, I am powerful. My word is my action. My word is being put into action. I am powerful. I speak light into the earth, into the world. I speak to restore the world. I speak to restore and heal all of mankind. I desire harmony and love amongst all mankind. And I spread this energy throughout the entire inhabited earth. And may love conquer all, and that evil may not dwell in the light of love. Love will distinguish the wicked ways of mankind. See, when we speak these words with vibration, and when I say vibration, I'm talking about emotion with feeling. See, you can't feel emotion without some type of vibration. You get what I'm saying? That emotion is a signal. Whenever we feel emotion, that's a signal. And we have to figure out, what are we doing with the signal? Where is the signal coming from? But we can also establish and create a signal of our own and send it out to the source. The source receives that signal and it answers back. Ooh, yeah. Now you see what I'm saying. And then you next thing you know, tomorrow on the news, you be like, yo, they got some good. Yo, these must got some good news. I'm just saying. If you have the power, why not use it? Ask yourself, if you did have the power all this time, how are you using it? Would you? Would you be afraid? Would you even try to see? Or would you say, nah, I don't even have that power, even though you do? I'm just saying. How do you know you don't? How do you know that your word isn't powerful? And it's not just your word. It's the emotions that you feel with the words. They must vibrate. You can't just say it with doubt. That's why in the Bible said you can't have it. He was telling them why. Remember, they was trying to Jesus. It was trying to heal the man. It was like, yo, why we can't execute the dispel the demon from this person? He said, well, because first of all, the demon that was in him was more powerful than the other ones, and second of all, you don't have any faith. You don't have no faith. You having doubt. He said, truly I say to you, this demon was strong. It takes a lot of fasting. Remember, in order to fast, you must have faith. That strengthens your faith. So, like, these disciples that was rolling with Jesus, they had no faith. They were speaking, may the demons be without you, but they were speaking in fear. They were afraid, and that's why demons like, man, I ain't gotta listen to you. I'm not even afraid of you. You're afraid of me. What the fuck? That's what the demon was saying. And Jesus was like, let me handle this. You know, he's popping his collar. It's like he wasn't doing that. But you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh boy, here we go again. You're a demon, right? Now you know what time it is, right? Demon's like, oh, he ain't even had to say nothing. As soon as Jesus arrived, right? As soon as he pops up, the demon's like, oh, yo, please don't put me in the pit. Can you at least put me in the pigs over there? Because I don't want you to put me in the pit and torture me and stuff. Please, please, please. You saw that? Because he knew, Jesus knew exactly who he was. He was like, I have dominion in this world, in this realm. I'm the key. I'm the God in this realm. You don't belong here. He's like, okay, so you wish to be with the swine? You will die with the swine. And so the swine just jumped off the cliff. I heard of them. These evil entities, right? But they somehow managed to get people to sell their soul and sacrifice to all of this bullshit just to feed them, just to make them strong. When probably promising people that, oh yeah, we gonna make you strong. We gonna man, fuck you. I could have you sent in a torture. I can torture you. I can send you straight to hell with the word. I'm tapped in to the universe. You get what I'm saying? Like, please. I gotta stop using profanity though, because I'm gonna do some research on it, and I'm finding out that it's a form of deceit, and it keeps you at a certain level. You can't advance to the highest level, right? So if I want to advance to the level, I don't want to do that no more. When I'm feeling like saying, man, forget you, I need to check that vibration. See that vibration? When I'm saying all of that love that I just spewed moments ago can get conflicted. You get what I mean? Remember, feeling, vibration goes to the source, comes back down to the earth. So if that's the case, and that's how things work, we could block our signals. It's like that means it's like I'm sending mixed signals. So if I speak, I'd be like, you know what? If I'm speaking against the entities, you have no power over me. I fear no evil. You cannot. My word is my throne, or my word is my weapon. Not just my word, but my dwelling. I have taken my right and claimed my place in this dominion, and there's nothing you could do about it. And it is time for you to go, and it's time for you to disappear. And I do not have to use profanity against you, because that is what you wish for me to do, to be just like you, foolish, ignorant, obscene, unjust, unintelligent. But I will succeed in this mission and spreading the word, the truth, and getting it out there that all you have to do is just have no fear. Don't be afraid, and be confident as well, and have the word with you to back you up. Have your willpower, your will against wickedness, your will against evilness that is so sick and demented towards our human race. They do deserve to be dissipated and annihilated from our existence. Yes, and I mean that in word and in truth and in the vibration. that in itself is the love, to rid the world of wickedness. And the only way that may happen is if the word and the vibration resonates throughout the inhabited earth, the entire inhabited earth. And it must continuously be. And I know we must all collectively share in our energy and bring things into harmony and bring an end to the wickedness that goes on in this world. But the only way to do it is to first believe in oneself and have faith in oneself, to truly have dominion over oneself, not be selfish and seek to gain things for oneself only, but learning oneself to become perfect in one's way, mastering the flesh and behavior and speech. Like I said, I am growing, I'm learning. This is new. I still, have ailments that I'm not fully healed. I'm not fully restored. So Father, Mother, heavenly forces, I beseech you to grant not only a pure heart, but restore me back to my youth. Restore me back to health. Forget my transgression. Wash away my transgression. Restore and replenish my health for better and brighter days, and to do your will and have it be done here on earth as it is in heaven. And so I incorporate the Holy Scriptures. I incorporate the teachings, many different teachings of all over the world, of ancients up until now, that encourages high energy and high vibration, a diet, and as far as eating, vibrant food, cellular, electric food. Yes, I am on it. It is nothing they can do anymore. We on. All right, so I'm gonna sit up there. I'm gonna let you listen to this music, and I'm gonna be out, and I'll be back. I will be back. Okay. right. Well, I'm back. Yeah, I got the lights dim now, so it's kind of dark. Man. Throat, yo. I got some type of blockage in my throat. Smoking. So, been smoking for so long. I think that's why I'm ready to give it up. So, oh yeah, it's too blurry. So, clear my throat. I see the lag behind. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop this and start a new one. I'm just gonna do as much as I can do. I might pull an all-nighter. Trying to clear my throat. Smoking this ain't helping. But I'm gonna cut this out the video. Me smoking and stuff like that. I'm gonna cut all that out. I don't even know why I even got this on. I should have yeah, there we go.